You know what you came here for. Sit back and tune in for Eisha Taylore. Yeah, yeah.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a protective style Locs edition. But first, I'm going to start off with a heatless blowout. I do have a video on that. I will leave it down below. But essentially, it's braiding your hair, combing it out, and then you have a heatless blowout. Again, I go into all details in that video. But for this hairstyle, you're going to need this comb. I have been loving this comb because it just gets my parts extra crispy. But you're going to do a middle part and then a side part. Honestly, for this style, I really enjoyed my braiding pattern. So definitely follow it to get the best braiding pattern. But I sectioned off the two pieces here, and this middle part, I didn't think it was necessary until I saw another YouTuber doing this. I'll leave her in the description bar just so I can give her credit for this, but this just gives, it gives you more hair in the middle when you're doing this lock style, so it doesn't have that full crochet look, because then it's going to look real, like, not natural, you know what I mean? But yeah, so section off the rest of your hair so you can focus on your braiding pattern in the back. Again, this looks weird, but I think you kind of get what I'm trying to get at. The braiding pattern in the back, I did braids going horizontally, so I did every other way. Does that make sense? I know this makes no sense. In the front, I also applied edge control just because I want it to be extra crispy in the front. And because I have that section in the middle, I had to braid in a U pattern. Honestly, do whatever braiding pattern makes sense to you. This made a lot of sense to me, and I think it came out really, really good and really flat. Just when you're doing a crochet style, no matter what style, getting it flat is the most important. Speaking of getting it flat, I go the extra step. This is optional. I do sew down my braids just to make sure that it's extra flat. I'm just showing you here that I am double knotting my thread just to make sure that it is secure. I didn't have a mirror when I did this, y'all. I did this purely for y'all when filming, so I couldn't really see, but basically just gathering all the braids and making sure that the needle is going down, child. You don't want to stick yourself the wrong way. So if you do decide to do this, just take your time and sew it down correctly and go down. That's the tip that I can give you.
The Uber pulling up on call. Tell me, is you trying to fall through? I'ma leave it up to you. What you wanna do? Look, I'm trying to spend this time with you. Know we overdue. What you doing right now? Baby, won't you swing my way? It's been a day and I've been thinking out loud. I know I want you. Long time since the last time. Got a tab, we could run up. Knew you from the way, now we grown up. My look, yeah, made the realest ones nervous.
At this point, I'm dead tired. I didn't think it was going to take me this long, to be honest. It's because I was filming too, but you never know how much hair you have until you do your own hair. But I followed what hairstylists do with the whole edge control parting technique, so that's what I'm doing here. Part your hair, add some edge control to make that part extra crisp. And from this point on, I just did single braids, nothing too hard, just pretty simple.
If you want it, tap in. I think that I know somewhere that we could go to crash land. We could keep the pace on slow jam. Don't leave me on red. Can we go back where we first began? No plans, all we had was the moment. This text, I know it's a toss-up.
Alright, so I got this hair from Amazon. I will link it down below. It came with, I think, 6 packs and 12 on each. And I just really loved that this style of locks had little curly pieces already on it. I just thought that was super cute. And I actually love that they came with a crochet needle. So if you don't have one, it comes with it in this particular pack. But this is what it ended up looking like. I did make it flatter after I noticed this in the camera, but basically it's flat. So if you never crocheted your hair before, just make sure you put the needle through, then open the latch hook, apply the hair, close the latch hook, pull it through, and then pull the hair through the knot. In this case, making sure that both the lock and the curly pieces were securely through and there's no tangles on anything. At this point, I was just tired and I was like, I'm not making this that full. And in this case, make sure you don't have too much hair in the back. You can always put pieces in when you feel like it feels gappy, but don't put too much because then you'll run out of hair. So I was focusing more so on every other row and so on and so forth, so it's not super bulky.
I hate the fact that we lost touch. Yeah. The Uber pulling up on call. Tell me, is you trying to fall through? I'ma leave it up to you. What you wanna do?
Time for the front. This was interesting. So again, latch hook, pull it through. My technique for the front was to make sure that you put the hair underneath your hair. So as you can see, my hair is at the top, making sure it's super secure. And my first method, which ended up working some of the time, is just pushing my crochet needle. And sorry I'm out of frame kind of because I was concentrating and sweating. It was hot. But pushing your crochet needle through the hair and then making sure your latch hook is open, attaching your hair to it, and then pulling through. So you're kind of putting your braids throughout the crochet. This would have been more simple if the hair was a little bit softer. I like the texture and the integrity of the lock, but it was kind of hard to pull the hair through. So if your hair is shorter, this will be perfect for you. If your hair is longer, I wouldn't do this method because it took me a little longer than I would have liked. But it's not a bad method because it did have it had a seamless look to it. So again, you're just going through and pulling your hair. The second method is, oh, this is just me showing y'all the end of me finally finishing because child. But the second method, again, pulling it through, making sure that your real hair is at the top. Again, once you pull the crochet through, as I'm showing you guys, it just makes the knot at the bottom so you don't see the knot at the top. You know what I mean? Like, again, once you do this on your own self, you'll kind of know what I'm referring to. But this next method is just opening the lock and kind of twisting it over it. And I don't want to say twisting because you're not twisting the hair, but you're just opening it and sliding it over. Again, once you do it, you kind of understand. But that's how I did this style. I think it was a really pretty protective style. It did last about 2 weeks. I'm a content creator, so I had to change my hair, but I think it was cute. I hope you guys found this helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
We was raised a little different. Used to be ashamed who I was, now I'm paid by the sentence.